All right, good morning. We'll go ahead and get started, opening up the questions.
How important is it, Coach, to have especially 1 week after what happened last week, to have your home crowd that you've talked a lot about plugging into that and knowing you got that kind of that support base there after such a tough opener?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I mean, we 6-2 last year, I believe, at home. We talk about defending our dirt quite a bit here, playing in front of our fans. One of to me, the most passionate fan base in the NFL. Goes a long way towards creating a home field advantage and giving our guys some energy and making it loud on opposing quarterbacks. Being able to do that is very beneficial for us.
Where do they stand with some of the injured guys, Shaq Lawson?
Yeah, Shaq will not practice. Taryn will not practice, and then Ray will be limited today.
Sean, where do things stand then at corner with Taryn's status seeming to be, questionable?
Yeah, you'll see Phillip will be out there, Vontae will be out there, the rest of the guys will be out there.
So would the plan if Taryn can't go would be Phillip, Nickel, and Vontae on the outside?
No, we're looking at some different things. Yeah, I don't want to get into strategy right now. I appreciate that though.
Coach, how would you describe just the give and take between Josh and Coach Dable this week, knowing, through the course of the week there are tweaks and minor adjustments to what stays in and what comes out of the plan?
Right. That communication, Chris, is huge. One quarterback may be slightly different than another, but really the overall communication for our offense, defense, and special teams. We talked this week about not being in 3 or 4 different campfires, if you will, but making it more of we've got to have an offensive bonfire, a defensive bonfire, because we just haven't been together long enough to know, hey, and so we've got to make sure within that we're on the same page, and that communication, whether it's quarterback to OC, or for that matter, any player to player, player to coach to coach is critical for us as we move forward.
I know Coach Dable's done this before. This isn't his first rodeo. Do you feel like you had to talk to him at all about the balance for a rookie quarterback in his first start? Obviously, you want to keep that defense on its heels, but you also want to keep Josh functional, where he feels comfortable. How would you guys kind of struck that balance this week?
Anytime you put together a game plan, you're looking at who you have. That's one piece of it, and you're also looking at who they have. Matchup-wise, youth in this case with respect to Josh, knowing what he can and can't handle at this point, and the overall balance of the game plan. So those are things we look at week to week.
On that note, Coach, not to be specific to the Chargers, obviously, but in general, when a great player like Bosa in this case could be out, you don't know. Do you go into a week with kind of contingencies for game plans with personnel? Do you have a whole bunch of different things, or really is it just about the scheme? You have to just kind of look at what they do, basically.
Yeah, we look at it from all ends, really. I mean, we look at the scheme. Number one, hey, this is the scheme, generally speaking, Sal, and then we also look at personnel matchups, making sure that, hey, this guy doesn't ruin the game plan. In this case, offensively, to your point. This is a player-driven league that way. So we've got to make sure that we take care of their stars.
How much have you, or do you lean on your veterans for kind of that message that I'm sure you've been preaching since the week began about not letting what happened last Sunday snowball and get the better, especially the younger guys who a lot of them would say that they weren't part of anything like that ever until last Sunday. How much does that matter, and have you specifically kind of pulled some of the leaders aside to stress that?
The leadership council overall, and then there's other guys that are on that council that I count on quite a bit. We met this week, and like we will just about every week, and it's important that, as you've heard me say before, that times like these, coming off of that game in particular, that the leadership gets out in front of this football team, myself included. So easy to lead when things are good, but real leaders step up and assert themselves when you go through some adverse times. And we're going through the process too. We're developing one day at a time here, and that's our approach. That today was better than yesterday, and we've got some young players out there. I know we've got the third so on and so forth, oldest team. But when you look at the guys outside, I mean, that's the mean. But you look at the guys that are contributing. We've got some young guys, and hopefully in fertile soil, that are gaining valuable experience here, one play at a time.
Sean, I know how much you like rotating your defensive line and wanting to keep everybody fresh, but now with only 3 defensive tackles and 3 guys that have been on the roster before this week, how has Nate Orchard kind of taken to things, acclimated himself this week?
He's done a nice job. I like his juice, good smile, a positive energy guy, which I appreciate, and that goes a long way in terms of adding through his body language to what we're trying to do. I mean, he's not going to know maybe he hasn't built up the 1,000 reps that we've gotten since the spring and into training camp, but what he can add is what he knows and also the body language, the vibe, the energy, and we'll need that come Sunday.
Coach, I know a few of the guys that you are familiar with were nominated for the Hall of Fame, Donovan, even Jeff Garcia, Brian Mitchell. Just kind of your thoughts on those guys and the career and the work that they put in to get to this point.
Yeah, what an honor. What an honor. And the gentleman sitting in front of you as well.
Yes.
What an honor. I can only imagine what that must feel like, and certainly well-deserved on all accounts. Just having a chance to be around the players that you mentioned with Donovan and Jeff, Brian Mitchell, and now Steve, is you learn a lot from people like that in terms of how they carry themselves, the habits that they carry with themselves day to day.
Okay.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.